All right. Let me see if I can. Testing 1, 2, testing. All right, that sounds good. All right. Today I'm hoping to finish the Bender episode 1 puzzle. I am oh so very close. So yesterday, yesterday I got pretty much all test cases except for the last one to pass. What I want to do today is one, go back and change my codes for the loop test case because I was kind of cheating there. What I was doing is basically counting the number of iterations, and whenever it got to be pretty high, I would just throw, I would just console log loop, which is what's expected of me. There we go. And so that's kind of cheating, really. And I have a feeling that they have a way to figure that out. So I'm going to change that. And then I'm going to see why I'm not passing this multiple loops test case. Probably it's going to require some debugging. So that's the plan for today. And if there's enough time, maybe just refactor. Make the whole thing more readable, smaller functions, and all that stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is first try to find a way to figure out if Bender is looping endlessly in the city. I have posted in the chat the link to the instructions for this puzzle. I'm not going to go over them again. They are quite long. Okay. So maybe I could do, here's what I'm thinking. I could have a, let's see, maybe some sort of a, map, maybe, where a map, an object, or a set, really. Oh, a set would be interesting. Because I'm thinking I need to store each position Bender has stepped on, has been at, and his state at the same time. Because technically, if he gets back to the same position in the same state, then he would be looping, right? You can hope for a different result, is my thinking. So let's try it. Let's call this, am I gonna need to access this from the outside? No, I don't think so. So let's make it a private. We'll call it states, because essentially it's what we're doing. And I think I can use a set, because if I was to use an object or a map, whatever, some sort of key value pair, I don't really need the value. I just need something to say, okay, I've come across this position before. I've been there. And the set would allow us to do that. So let's see. It's going to be a set of type, well, I need more than the position. I also need to store this. And this, and this. So should I make a different type? I probably should. So we'll call that we'll call that Bender State. We'll just make it an interface, and that'll be that. So we need a facing direction of type string. We need our position. Yep, of type position. We need to know if he's inverted, which is a Boolean. And we need to know if he's in breaker mode. Also a Boolean. So I think that should do the trick. We'll just call that Bender State. There we go. And we'll initialize that to a new set. Empty for now. Now, I just want to check quickly. I don't use state sets all that often, just to make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can put whatever you want in a set, and then you can, let's see here. We've got has, exactly what we're looking for. Has value. The value of the to test. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, problem I might have though is value equality, exactly. Because each value in the set has to be unique, the value equality will be checked. In early version of ECMAScript, this was not based on the same algorithm as the one used for operator specifically. So I don't know that it's going to work. Oh, but I could serialize it. I could serialize it. Maybe. Right? Could I do that? What do I have in here? There's no functions. There's no kind of. Bender State. Yep, I think I could probably serialize it. Let's see. How would that work? We would, first thing we would do, very first thing we would do, we would check if this dot states dot has okay, I'm thinking that we should probably have, this will complicate things a little bit more. Well, not all that much. Could also have a private state. Okay, so this should be called states, previous states. Previous states. And then we'll have a state variable state field here that would, whatever you kind of want to call it, property. State that's a private, so like that, and we are going to use the Bender state thing, and thus we won't be needing these. Teleporters are going to, interesting. I should really be storing this in the city instead of the Bender. Why am I storing this here? City. Yep, so let's do that. Well, no. One thing at a time, because otherwise I'm going to get confused. So this and that is all going to end up in our state. Seems reasonable. Okay, and then constructor, this dot state dot position. Yep. My is used before being assigned. Yeah, okay. I need to make it a should I just make it a, yeah, I'll just make it a class. How's that? Class Bender state. I'll just put that, all of that in the constructor. Might as well, yeah. And I probably can use my serialize, deserialize. I'll have a serialize, deserialize function right in Bender state. Seems reasonable. Okay, need this to be a comma. Doop, doop, doop. And I need to have public in front of it. Public. Did I do something wrong? Public. Oh. Yep. I did do something wrong. This is where I need to put this stuff. There we go. And public. And let's see. Control Alt. No. Just Control down. No, Control Alt down. Yep. Okay. Public. There we go. Now. State is Bender state. We're going to initialize it right here. By doing this dot state is equal to new Bender state. And what do we need here? Facing direction. Facing direction, we're initializing it with south. Boom. Okay. Then position. This is where our position 0 comes in. Don't need you anymore. Good. What else is inverted? Well, you'll just start off with, actually, let's just make our life a little easier and just go equals true. Nope, equals false. And equals false right here as defaults in the constructor, so I don't need to pass in anything here. I'm done for this. Now, teleporters, I will come back to this. Let's just make a note here to do move to city class. Okay, now, before I go ahead with this, I need to fix this. All of these now need to refer to this .state. Okay, which is a little annoying, but whatever. That's the bid I have made. Wait, what? Oh. Oh. I think I might have, oh yeah. Okay. So this was wrong. This is fine. But this here, the state dot position, yep. This dot facing direction is also part of the state now. There we go, state. This dot state position. Dot, facing direction. This dot and breaker mode is inverted. Okay. Yep. I guess I really should have. Oh no, that wouldn't have worked. I was thinking of a faster way to do this, but well, okay, hold on. Yeah, there is a faster way to do this. If I do this and then I believe replace, hoping I'm not going to break anything. So wherever I've got this dot position, I want to see this dot state dot position. Let's, what do I do? Enter, 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 and we're done. Okay. So not bad, not bad. What else do we need to change here? This. So whenever we have this facing direction, is it Control H? Yeah, Control H. Okay. We want this dot state facing direction. Ooh, just saved myself a lot of time here. Good stuff. Now, this one here. Oh, I think it's the only way. Shouldn't be, this should just be facing symbol, yeah. Okay. So whenever I have this, I want to have this dot state dot in breaker mode, I guess. In breaker mode, yep. Oh, it's just those two, so probably just go like that then. Okay, so technically, I shouldn't have. I should still be passing my tests, most of my tests here, if I didn't break anything. Oh, looks like I did. Unless I just forgot to maybe main print moves. This should still work. Bender one, wow, Bender is not dead. Print moves for each move, console log move. How am I not? I've got my state here, finding the city, the starting position. I've got my new Bender state. Previous states we don't care about. Oh! Yep. Okay. That's what I was missing. I need to update. Basically need to transpile my TypeScript to JavaScript. Let's try this again. Yep. Okay, we're good. Did not break any functionality. And this won't work here. That's what we're working on right now. So, okay. Now we want to first check if our state has our current state. So this dot state. But we're going to have, okay, so this is what we're going to do. Just close this up. We're going to add a little method here, a function that we're going to call serialize. Serialize. Sounds good. I don't need to pass in anything, but I do expect you to return, well, it's a JSON object, right? Is that even a type, JSON? Yeah, it is. Intrinsic object that provides functions to convert JavaScript values to and from, no. Oh, that's interesting. I've never, let's take a look. What if I was to take, let's see. I wonder how TypeScript deals with that. If I go, what do I have here? Do I have any objects here? There you go. I've got this. So if I go JSON, JSON dot stringify converts a JavaScript value to a JavaScript object. Yeah, that's right. Job dot stringify, and I pass in our little city object here. Let's see. Const serialized. What would be the type? The inferred type. Just a string. Okay. It would have been cool to have like some kind of a generic. Wonder if I could do that myself. I probably could, right? If I go, How does this work? Well, whatever. Let's just keep it simple for now. Alright. And all we're going to do here is JSON dot stringify and then this. Seems right to me. And then return that. I think that would work. And then deserialize. Deserialize. Oh, no, that wouldn't work. That would not work. Oh, but I could make it a static. No, that would just be silly. I can just use the JSON parse. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm checking to see if this dot state dot serialize. There we go. Is in our states set. Now our states set, I had Bender states here, but in the end they're just going to be, it's just going to be strings. And this states, property states does not exist on, oh, previous states. Previous states. Okay, so if it has, then I just, what do I do? What do I do? I could simply scrap the entire moves array. This dot moves. Oh, I've got it as read only. Won't be able to. Won't be able to. Let's see. Let's do this properly. Actually, this will be a private. This will be a private, and we're going to make a setter. Set. No. What am I saying? It's get moves. Moves. And I'll just return all of this dot moves. Oh, I'm pretty sure I gotta learn the shortcuts and stuff. Let me see here. Pretty sure I can just go. No. Oh, I thought you could do that. Refactor? Nope. What if I highlight the whole thing? Aha! Okay. Wait, how did... Generate, get, and set. Pretty cool. But I want this to be like that. I don't really need a setter. I'm just going to use... Interesting. I've always been in the habit of putting my getters and setters after the constructor. But this generates them right below. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know if I like it. Yeah, it'll be fine, I guess. We'll leave it at that. So now, okay, this last moves just becomes an array with something that says lerp. That work? Interesting. It puts the underscore before, as a lot of people do, but I'm following the Google style guide, which puts the underscore at the end, and frankly, I prefer that. Because when you use your IDE and you're looking for something, and if you start typing with an underscore, then you end up with like a super long ass list, potentially, of a bunch of variables that start with an underscore. And then you got to go down the list and, well, or just type the next letter. It's just one letter or character less to type, right? I'm lazy. Okay, so I am doing that. Now all I need to do is every time we push a move, we also need to store our state in our, what are we calling this? Previous states. Or maybe not. Maybe I just need to do it at the very beginning. Right under this here. Which would make sense, or maybe just at the very end. No, because I need to, every time there's a return. So the very beginning would be, nope, that's not going to work either. Right under this would work. Right, we haven't changed the previous state yet. No, it wouldn't work. I don't think there's any way around this. I'm gonna need to do that everywhere. Teleporter.x equals new position x and what am I doing here? I'm returning a Boolean? Oh, okay, I've got to find here. So this will return here. If then position to teleport to becomes this. Okay, I basically need to find all these moves push and add this dot previous states and just do this dot state dot serialize. No, that's not it at all. It's this previous state dot set. No, not dot add. Yeah, add. There we go. So, man, definitely gonna need to refactor. Right here. Nope. This is not gonna work if I do it that way. Gotta be careful with this here. So every time, basically every time I'm done with the move function is when I should be recording my state. So every time there's a return or at the very end. Okay. So this here would be what place? Okay. Here's another return. This one here too. And at the very end here. Okay. Wow. Definitely need to refactor this. Complexity is 37. Bloody hell. Yeah, for sure. So, okay, so technically I think this should work. Now all we need to do right, we've changed that. All we need to do is just run this, I think. I think that's all we need to do. Let's just go boom. Oh, broke something. Simple moves. So what's happening here? If this previous state has this state.serialize, this moves, becomes loop. But I shouldn't be coming up on this. This shouldn't happen in this test case. This really shouldn't happen. Let's try this one here. Yeah, they'll throw out loop. So somehow, what am I checking for here? If this previous states dot has the current state, and dot serialize. Oh, yeah, I'm not making my check in the right place, am I? Or, hold on. Yeah, obviously, because I'm setting the state in the array, in the set, and then I'm checking afterwards to see if it's there before even changing it. So, and also, this should kind of short circuit the, this isn't going to work here anyways. I've got to check it after adding no, just before adding it to the previous states. Yeah. So let's make a method for this, because what are we calling this thing? We're going to be calling it has previous state. Yeah, it'll work for now. These really should all be private, right? I'm not calling this from this one too, I believe, should be a private. I cannot rename it. Interesting. Well, I just did. How's that? Oops, screwed up the brackets here. Okay. All right. So, private has previous state. You'll just actually no, should change the name. It does more than just that check. It what is that? What are we going to call this? Check handle loop. Yeah, let's do that. Handle loop. Then this dot moves. Then what I need you to do is somehow get out. How do I get out of this? Need this to stop. So I need a flag. And since I have a flag, I guess I don't really need this then. We'll just do this dot is looping equals true. Where did you put this? Right here. Is looping is no initializer. It does now. How's that? Okay, now I can get rid of, well, I won't just yet, so I'll just do a check here. If Bender dot is looping, just break, and if Bender dot is looping, just console them exactly this here. Okay. Now I need to call this method call this method everywhere we're doing this, but just before. This dot handle loop. Right here. Right here. And here. Let's see if that helps. Oh yeah. Yay. Boom, 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 boom. And let's see our looping case. Yes. Okay. Good. Now I am definitely going to refactor because this is getting crazy. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need you. Okay. I think there was here, this one I wanted to refactor. Least of our troubles, but let's do it anyways since it's on the to-do list. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to move that to the city class. So city is going to have a property which will be read-only called teleporters. And hold on. Yeah, it's just position, right? Let's try that. Teleporters of type position array. Or is it? Oh, I have this. Teleporters, yeah, position array. Okay. It's saying that it's not initialized. I know. Gonna do that right here. Or, yep. And basically all of that. Simple as that, huh? Beautiful. I think everyone's happy with that. And now all I need to do here is just get rid of this and get rid of that. And instead we'll just do this dot city dot teleporters. There we go. I think that was the only place where we had a need for this. Yep. Okay. And we're now okay to delete this. Okay. I don't like this. I'm used to seeing these right after the constructor, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's keep our booleans here together. These really should be read-only as well. Is that gonna create a problem for us somewhere? Let's see. Yeah, it's like, oh, you can't do this. It's read-only. All right, all right. Then, friend, we will just make these private. Private. And we'll get moves this here, so let's make another getter. No need to say public, we know what's public. If you're a C# developer, I think by default everything's private. In TypeScript, it's the opposite. By default, everything is public. So get. What are we getting? It is looping. Oh yeah, he's looping. And there we go. Return this dot is looping. Let's get another getter in here. Try to save some lines. Is dead. Is dead. Return this is dead. There we go. Should be returning booleans. Don't really need to have the return type. Okay. Then we should be good. Just need to do this like that. And I think here too. There we go. Let's just make sure we didn't break anything. Run our codes. Our tests, I mean. Okay, let's keep going with the refactoring. I had planned to deal with this test case first and then refactor, but this is getting painful, so I'm refactoring. See, this is nice. This is nice. It's clean. This is a short. Yeah, that's fine. Bender state, we're good. Bender is where our problem is. Specifically, the move function is just cray-cray. What could we extract that would make sense and reduce duplication? If this symbol equals t, or is there some kind of a pattern that we could use? Well, we could extract each of these. But before we do that, I'm thinking now that, okay, this here, couldn't it be in our switch statement? Is there a reason why it couldn't be in our switch statement? Well, what do we have after the switch statement? We've got this here. Handle loop and previous add, which we have here too. Right? So it seems to me that the only thing we're doing is adding, switching this to, yeah, this seems like something we could do. In case we get this here, right? Yeah. Then we just do this and this. Oh no, not even, because we got it here at the bottom. So really this is the only thing we need to do. And break. And we could technically get rid of this. Let's see. Let's make sure everything works. we're good. All right, so let's get rid of it. Hunting down duplication. What are we doing here? This state position, we're changing the position, and we are moving, we're pushing. Don't we have this No, we don't. Okay. If facing X. And this state is breaker mode. Const new position, this dot state. The state, so this here is the same as this here. The only thing we do, really, so we're doing this twice, right? Am I crazy here? We hit this conditional, we check that facing symbol is X and that this state is in breaker mode. If it is, we essentially constant new position. What do I do with this? No, that's right. I don't. It's not the same thing. Okay. I'm actually just changing the city map here. I'm breaking the X symbol. Okay. I could do this. It's not much of a, but it's saving us the lookup, right? So, okay. Didn't really make it all that easier to understand, but what about this here? If facing symbol equals X and this state is not in breaker mode and it's facing, okay, yeah. No, we know that we need this in here. The for loop going through all of my direction priorities. Oops. Default this does state position, this does state position. Wonder if no. Well, I could extract all of this to like some sort of handle T. That we'll call handle T. Let's see if this will, yep, everything works. And we could, again, extract all of this. Do something we'll just call, what are we going to call this? Handle obstacles. And this is not really worth extracting. Although we could have all of these into, because that's like a special case of the obstacles when he's in breaker mode. Let's see. Maybe we should do that. Oh, but then I wouldn't be able to use new position here because I need it there. Well, let's keep it like that for now. He's going down. We had 36 before. Okay, let's see. Handle T, handle obstacles. This we're going to keep here because it's simple. Well, we could extract all of that. To another method that we would call handle other stuff. Man. No. I mean, this puzzle is, it's all about using state machines, right? I don't think you can get away from using a lot of if statements and switches and conditionals, which tends to make your code a jumbled mess of spaghetti. What else could I do to make this wait a minute. I've got my T thing here. Why couldn't this be simply in our switch statement? Why couldn't it be in our switch statement? Do I need to check that first for some reason? No. I don't see why I would need to check it first. So we could get rid of that and add it to our case. T. Quite simple. We just call it, what are we calling it? Handle T, right? This dot handle T break. Let's comment that out. See if we broke anything. Looks like we did. Why though? Why did we break something? Why do we need to look for T, for the facing symbol T, before doing these? Ah, because of this. Because we're changing the position. If we are, let's see, when we'd only be doing that with this here. And we would be doing that yeah, this is all related to okay, let's just comment this out for now. Bring this back in. Let's make sure everything works. Yeah. And I think this state position equal new position. We're getting our new position by this. Okay, yeah. So we do need this for all of these, but not for the teleporter, that's the thing. But we could move this to the bottom. This moves that push this state facing direction. What does handle T does? What does it do? I mean, it doesn't change the facing direction, right? So does it push a move though? It does. It does the exact same thing, actually. And we're not changing the facing direction at all in here. We're setting the state position to something else. So this, but it would just change it again. Unnamed outsider. Hey, how's this coming on? Pretty good, pretty good. I'm just refactoring right now. Because especially this method was just getting out of hand. Okay, for now I'm not gonna bother with doing this. I think this is a little better. Although it's kind of confusing that we have all of this here in the open and we're like, what is this doing? It would be much better if we could have everything in that switch statement. Even if we end up with some duplication inside the handler methods. So maybe it is worth trying to figure a way to bring everything into that switch statement. So let's do that. Okay. What do I need to make this work? What do I need to make this work? Why wasn't it working before? Because of this here, right? So maybe I should start by trying trying to move this stuff here into our switch statement. Could we do that? So we would need this and this to be in its own method. So let's do that for now. See if we can. We're gonna get this back here. Let's get it back in here. Like that. Just get rid of that again. Make sure this works. Yep. All the way to teleport and loop. Okay. So what do I want? If I need X is this, the city. I need all of this stuff here. Really, that's what I need. All of this. Or maybe not. This needs to stay here. Oh, but here's a problem. If this is encapsulated in our let's take that out again. Put it here, then this will be independent. What have I done? There we go. And now, this might as well just be in here. It's the only place we use it. I should be able to just take all of that. Turning here. I have a feeling this won't work because it's going to need this. But let's try it. Can I not extract this easily? No, obviously not. Let's see. Private handle X. No, handle obstacles is what we had. Handle obstacles. And then you do that. And this will be called when we are having a facing symbol that has X. So I'm going to need to pass in our facing symbol because I've got some checks here that, oh, actually no. So const directions, switch to cities, get symbol. It's getting its own symbol again. No, oh yeah, here. That's why I need to pass it in. Oh, or symbol. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to. I can just do this. Let's see. Case. There's X. And case. Pound, I think it was. Then I would just call this dot handle obstacles. Alright. So then I still do need to check for this here though. Okay, so let's copy all of that. Like this. See what happens if I do that. Just comment that out. What am I missing here? Well, I don't need to make that check here. That's already taken care of in the switch statement. All I really need to check is whether we are not in breaker mode. And or we're facing symbol this. If we're not in breaker mode, or it's not the X symbol, it's the pound signal. We just do our normal thing. If, however, we are in breaker mode, so it looks like I'm going to have to pass in that facing symbol after all. That's interesting. Oh yeah, okay. So I guess I could have like, let's not touch anything here for now and just pass that in. Pass that in here, facing symbol is of type string. All right. Let's see if this will work. I have my doubts. I have my doubts because of this here, but we'll see if we can figure this out. Yo, yeah. Okay. And it has to do for sure with this here. Because I'm pretty sure, let's see, here's the proof. Here's the proof of what I'm saying. Oh, I didn't put a break statement though. That could have been just a problem. Let's start by doing that. Still no. So, okay. Let's see. Were we to just call it here, this dot handle obstacles, need to pass in the facing symbol. Let's see if that would work. Oh, it doesn't. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting, because seems to me that this handle obstacles is just, we didn't change anything in there. We still have the same if statements. We don't have anything returning. Well, yeah, this is returning. Okay. I guess this was a way. Okay, so I could probably just add return here. Would that do it? No. Because that'll break out of the function every time, right? Yeah, doesn't look like it's working. Yeah, okay. See, this was my mechanism here for breaking out of the move function. Now that I have it inside this handle obstacles method, all it does, it's breaking out of the handle obstacles. Could I somehow pass that behavior up one level and go? Well, yeah, I guess I could. I could return. If I return something here, then I would need another check up there. It's just, nah. This seems to me like it doesn't make much sense. Now, what if we were to add this? At the end of our function here, but still leave it there. No, that would be a problem. Oh, but we could then I would need it for every case. Let's try that. See, that fixes if I was to say add it here, add it here, add it here. Yeah, we're trying to avoid duplication. Look at us. get back to that. And now I could just have it at the bottom here, which I did already. I commented it out. So let's add this here and see how badly this fails. Yep, still doesn't work. Yeesh. Did I leave something in there? Nope. So it's obviously something to do with not breaking out. Right, because no, really, I don't see why that would be a problem. Although now I'm thinking, oh, right. This is wrong. This shouldn't be here. That's our problem. Yeah, let's forget about this. Jeez. Mm-hmm. Let's get back to a working state here. Even the T thing we need to forget about. There we go. This was fine though. So I think that's as good as it's going to get for now without us spending a crazy amount of time trying to figure out how to further refactor this. So we'll just move on to the next test case. And as you can see, this fails. We are saying that we found a loop, whereas we're not supposed to. That's interesting. And from what I remember yesterday, I think the problem was that in our implementation, really, there's something we're not doing quite right. And this will require some debugging. So I already went ahead and created the test case here on my local machine so I can debug it. And here's the you get an idea of the city for this test case. It's quite complicated, but really if we try to do it by hand, let's do that first, if that's even possible. Let's see. So we're starting here, and we go south. So south. Then we become into breaker mode. We hit this. We still have to go. What's the priorities here? I have to remember these. Priorities are south, east, north, west. Okay. So get here, we can't go south, but we can go east. So we go east, we hit an X, but we are in breaker mode, so the X is now, boom, gone. Oops. Okay. And then we get out of breaker mode, and then we hit N, so we then go up, Go up, 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 inverted priorities. Keep going up, then we hit the wall here. What's inverted priorities then? It's west, north, east. So we go west. Okay, hit another inverter. It goes back and we hit this. So now we go south. Boom, 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 boom. Hit this obstacle. And we're back to our normal priorities. So it's southeast. Now we go east until we hit this. Can we go south? No. Can we go east? No. Can we go west? North? Yes. We go north. Is it? Yeah, north. We have this west thing, so we go west. Boom, boom, boom. We hit this. Can we go south? Yes. Boom. We hit the beer, which makes us go into breaker mode. We hit this. We can't go south. Can we go east? Yes. Boom. We hit X. Okay, you get the idea. Okay. So basically we're going, and then we're breaking this, and we keep going through, and then boop, 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 and up until we get to here, where we're in breaker mode. We get rid of this, we get out of breaker mode, and now we hit inverter and transporter, which takes us, boom, here. And we're done. We keep going in the same direction, and we hit, okay. So it's not that bad. Now it's a question of, let me just put the stuff I changed here. Trying to follow along as our program is running through this. Oh, and I could have taken a look at this here to make sure that I was correct, but I'm pretty sure. South, 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 east, 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 east. There's 4 easts at the end, so. Right. South, 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 south. East, 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 east. No, that's not right. Oh, whatever. We will see what happens by running the debugger. Be fun if we had like a visual representation, eh? I'm not gonna code that though. Okay, yeah, just have to do this. There we go. And also set a breakpoint, I guess. Let's do that here. Here. Okay. What's the information we have here? We've got Bender. We're interested in his position. So state, position. Let's get that to watch. So we're starting at x4, y1. Is that correct? Just to make sure, it should be. There's no reason to think that that screws up. x4, y1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 0, 1. Yep. Okay. So let's keep going. We're just, what am I going to do? I'm just going to step over. I'm not going to go in, because that would take too long, and we'll just look at our updated positions every time. So he goes south to y2. That's correct. So far, we're good. Then what's next? He goes south again to Y3. We're good. And then goes south again to Y4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And then he hits the beer, which should make him go into breaker mode. I'll just look at it here. Oh, how about this? I'll just get rid of this and then get the stuff we're interested in, which really is all of that. That to watch, and we can just open this, get rid of that. We got everything we need right here. So he's still facing south. He is now in breaker mode, and he's in this space here. Okay, keep going. Boom, boom. 5, 5. Okay, so we have just moved 1 over to the right. We're now facing east. Why is that? Because we have hit an obstacle. And these obstacles, breaker cannot break. Bender cannot break. So that is the correct behavior, right? East. If we go according to our priorities, let's just, where is that? There we go. Should probably just copy this here so I don't have to refer to them all the time. Just cut those out. There we go. So yeah, south can't go, then east you can, so that was the correct behavior. Next. We're going east again. We're still in breaker mode. And then what? Oh yeah. We ended up breaking this. That's what happened. So we're good. So he should still continue east, technically. Yep. And it says no longer in breaker mode. It's correct, because we've hit this again. And we're still facing east. Keep going. And now we just stepped on this N modifier. So we're now facing north. We should be going north now. So the next position should be X8, Y4. And it is. Okay, good. And we're not hitting anything until we get to this one here, which will be 2. Let's see. Y3. Y2, and now inverted. So far so good. So far so good. Then we should go to Y1. We do. And now we're here. We're facing north. We can't go north. Our priorities are inverted because we're in inverted mode. So that means that we should try to go west. And we can go west, ending up here. So we should have X7, Y1 as our next position. There you go, facing west. Great. Then it should be X6, Y1, and we should step out of inverted mode. Correct. So we're now here on this tile here. And now we're going to hit this. So, and we're no longer inverted, so we should go south now. So next position should be x6, y2. Good. Facing south. And we should be going like that until we hit, well, we're not going to hit this because breaker broke it last time. So we should be going straight south until we hit this one here. So we're good to go till, let's see, let's count these. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should go to y9, x6, y9, straight through. Yeah, so far so good. Nothing weird's happening, and we get to this. Okay. Now, we're here. We're facing south. There's an obstacle. We are in normal direction priorities. We can't go south, but we can go east. So we should be going east is what. So we should get x7, y9. And we do. Good. So we're here, and then we should go x, y9, y10, y11 before we hit this obstacle. Not y, but x. Oh, what's going on here? Going back up. Oh, right, yeah. Hold on. x9, y6. Where am I? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. We got a problem here. I should not have traversed this thing here. We're still at x9, which is fine. 1, 2, 3. No, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So that's correct. But it should have, when hit this, it should have turned west. And it didn't. Right? Unless I missed something. Is there something wrong with our west state facing direction west? Why did it not? Very interesting. Just gonna have to restart this. Okay. But we can kind of skip ahead here, knowing that till we get to x9. Not x9, I mean y. What is it? Y. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Till we get to y9. Okay, so we know that so far we're good. This is where we are here. And everything was perfectly fine. So 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. And now we hit our X. We hit our X. And what happens? We go east. That's the proper behavior. We're now here. And then we're still facing east. Technically, we should go to x8, y9. And we do. Okay. So we're now here. We should go to x9, y9. Still facing east, yep. So we're good. We're right here. Now, we're not inverted, so we should be going, trying south, doesn't work. Trying east, doesn't work. Trying north, that works. So we go north. That's right. We're facing north. And we are at 9-8. Right? 9. We moved into 9. Oh. I think I know what's going on here. Because we're basically, okay. And it's just going to keep going north. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So here's what's happening. For those of you following at home, or trying to, what are we doing? Well, all right. So every time we call the move function, first we look at the symbol that is in front of us, right? So I was here looking east. So this was the symbol. Now I hit this here. The facing symbol is this. Okay, so what do? Well, we go through each direction to see if I can move there. So what do? We start by looking at south. Looking at south, this is what we get. Nope, not interested. Breakout. Next, we look at east. Well, we just did. No good. All right, forget about that. And then we look at north, and we just hit default. Right? Fine. So what do we do here? Well, we change our state position. In which direction? We're going north. That's great. That's what we want. Now we change our facing direction to north. And that's the problem. Because our next facing direction, because by moving here, we're hitting this, our next direction should be west. Our next facing direction should be west. So that's a, man, how am I going to deal with that? How am I going to deal with that? Well, this already takes care of that, right? So what do I do? Do I somehow it's like I got to repeat the same functionality here. Man. Now, see, I am tempted to say, oh, well, all we need is a recursive function. And we'd be almost right, but if we do that, like if we just call move recursively, the problem we have is that if we are hitting X or this again, then we're just basically we end up in a infinite loop where, and this is a perfect example, because of our direction priorities, if we were to call this recursively, then we'd go, okay, so I've hit this obstacle. Now what do? I check for each of these directions. I check if I can move in there. But if I would do that calling move recursively, I would first check south. Fine. Oh, look at that. An obstacle. What do we do when there's an obstacle? We call move recursively. And then it would just keep checking south, 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 infinitely. So I don't think that's an option unless we really change the guts of how this works. So, you know what? I am tempted, just to get this test case to pass, to go like this. No, west is the one. West. So in case you get west, what do you do? Well, you change the state facing direction to west. But then we're just doing the same thing here. This actually needs to return. Yeah, let's just do that for now. I just want to see if this will fix our problem here. Pretty sure it will. Like that. Right. So let's run our debugger again. So we know that we were good up until we hit 9.9, basically. Right? Yep. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna skip over until we get to 9.9, x9, y9, x9, y9. Come on. Oh, I think I might have screwed something up there. Oh no, okay, we're good. X9, Y9, okay. And we're going east. Now we know that we should be looking to go north. Yes, so we are. See, our problem was we were going north, but we weren't changing our facing direction to west. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we are actually before we keep going with the debugging, as this is going to take a little while, maybe I should just give that a try in Code and Game and see what happens. Still think it's gonna, yeah, trips up on something still. And I have a feeling it might be due to the N here. So you know what? I'm just gonna do the same thing we did for north. Talk about code duplication. Now let's see what happens. Still nothing. What about the other ones? Are they still good? Yeah, we didn't break anything for these. So, okay. We still have another problem somewhere. Do we have any another direction modifier somewhere? Oh, but the fact that we have these one next to each other. No, that's not a problem. This shouldn't be a problem. Alright, we're just gonna have to debug this. This is my last attempt because I need to go in a few minutes. Alright, let's take this back to our 9.9. Wonder if there's a way, there's probably a way in the debugger to like set a breakpoint that's dependent on the value of this here. I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh crap, what have I done? Whew, okay. Continue, oh, yeah. So. Then it should go north. So Y8 going west. Okay, so we're here. Now we're going west until we hit this here. So this should be 0, 1, 2, 3. X3, Y8 is the next thing we're interested in. Yep, oh, still going west. And then, oh no, not X3. Let's see. Yeah, 4, because we need to move before. And okay, so that's the correct behavior. Going back down. So we're here. And then down one more. And now we have our breaker mode. This is where we are right now. But then we hit this. So we should be going east while still in breaker mode. So that means X4, X5, Y10 with facing east. Yeah, X5, Y10 facing east. We're here. Now we have this obstacle, which we're going to obliterate and go to X6, Y10. That's correct. And now we're here, X7, and we're going to go out of breaker mode. That's right. And then we're going to step into X8, and our position, our facing direction should change to north. Okay, so far so good. This is where we are. And then we should go straight north until we hit I. No, until we hit this. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Bender is looping false. Okay. Because I'm also interested in this. Let's get this. At the watch. Thank you. Okay, so where are we at? We are going up here. We should be going all the way to x stays the same, so x8, y1, but we should flip to inverted. Let's watch this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ah, and there we go. There's our problem. Is looping has just been triggered because we have hit a position. Where are we at? 5 or which one is our? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We've hit this position here. And we were at that exact position before in this exact state. So our facing direction was north. We weren't in breaker mode, we weren't in inverted. So it's detecting that we are looping, and it's probably just gonna break out of, yep, break, and there we go. And there's a problem, which I will have to fix some of the time because I have to go, unfortunately. So thanks guys for sticking around and watching me debug this solution and make a mess of this code. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again tomorrow morning. Or no, tomorrow's going to be tomorrow afternoon. Probably at around 1:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Take care.